Okay. The Most High gave us a Torah. He gave us instructions in regards to skin in chapters number 12, 13, excuse me, not, yeah, well, not the skin, no, 13 and 14. Okay. So you ask, well, why are there instructions for the skin? Why is there instructions for the skin? Because the skin is your covering. By trade, I am a certified, what they call esthetician by trade. That's one of my many talents that I have. I'm a skin therapist. Okay. Your skin is your number one organ. Your skin is living. Your skin has to protect you from outside things. Okay. Your skin protects you from the outside diseases and stuff. Your skin does have absorption in it. Your skin does have reflection in it from against sun rays. Okay. Depending on how much melanin you have in your skin. Your skin is there to protect all your organs. Your skin there is to protect you from infection, is to protect you from a lot of different things. Your skin has instructions that it has. It goes through cycles. Your skin goes through cycles of 7. When you're first born, your skin cycles off every 7 days. It's called a cell renewal factor, a CRF. Okay, cell renewal factor. Okay, so these cells are dying off every 7 days. When you're a child, then when you get into your teenage years, it moves from 7 days to 14 days. So it doubles up. Then as the older you get, it starts going by 7s. The older you get, it goes by 7. So instead of it leaving off in 14 days, it might be 28 days, and then it goes to 48 days. And then, you know what I mean? So it just keeps multiplying. You have the multiples. And in skincare, what they want to do is they want you to get back to the 7-day cycle. So they create all these different products and services to cause you to get things cycled off, to get rid of the dead cells, right? In order, so you can have healthy looking skin, right? So they create products for that in order to get you back to the 7-day cycle. Because if your skin comes off every 7 days, you will start looking young. You'll look young again. You'll look like a child. Okay. People ask me all the time, and I tell them my age, they're like, I can't believe you're that. You look very young. Why? Because I'm eating the right things and I take care of my skin. Okay. Skincare is huge. Okay. But this is not a lesson on aesthetics. It's talking about the skin with the Torah, the instructions. I would recommend that you would, and just on a side note, that you would take care of your skin. I want you to take care of your skin. Okay. That is something that the Most High just wants you to take care of. And you do that through nutrition. You do that through skincare. So find a skincare regimen. Don't wash your face with stuff. I said, don't be religious. Just tell them the truth. Don't wash your skin with stuff that's abrasive or that can burn you. Find something you should wash your face. If you want some tips, stay after class and I'll give it to you. Okay. Well, there's Torah, there's instructions. All right. So the Most High has given instructions about this because why? You're living with him and I want you to live a certain way. Okay. So Yahweh said to Moshe, order the people of Israel to expel from the camp everyone with Zazarah, as everything that has to do with their skin. Everyone with a discharge, that's that pus, or everyone or whoever is unclean because of touching a corpse. Okay. Both male and female, you must expel, put them outside the camp so that they won't defile their camp where I live among you. Okay. A lot of us think, well, this doesn't apply to us because we're not in the camp and Yah doesn't live among us. Well, that's true. That is true. But Yah still wants you to get the Torah. He still wants you to understand why he's putting the people out. Just telling somebody to get out and go live outside the camp is just not good enough. You have to take the time to explain to them why. Okay. Those in the corpse is dead that, there's something about a dead body. Yah says, I don't want you to take it. It makes you unclean. Zazarah makes you unclean. You have an infection. You have an infection and you need to be isolated. I don't want it to spread. That's what it's about. The skin, you guys, has the ability to send out messaging. It's a central messaging center. Okay. So your skin tells you what type of, if it's cold, it tells you when it's hot. It regulates your temperature for you. That's why you get goosebumps to say, hey, it's time. It heats itself up. It's very intelligent. Actually, they say that it's the most intelligent organ that you have. It's very intelligent. It's all directly connected. It's a messaging center. Why is this important for us to know? Because skin will send you a message. And what the skin is going to do is it's a reflection of what's going on the inside. Think back when we just read about what Dawid was saying, there was things that were hidden inside of him. Dawid didn't have pus on the outside, but Dawid had pus on the inside. See? And that's what Yah is trying to get us to understand. He's trying to get us to understand that you might have a different opinion about yourself when you look in the mirror. But there's things about you that I know that you're unclean. You know, that's why we can't afford to be religious. We have to look at what's going on internally. Okay. So your skin is a reflection of what's going on the inside. That's why the Most High has brought upon this zazarat or this leprosy or this pus or this raw skin or these scabs and all these different types of things that you read in your Torah portion. Because guess what? If you're religious, you would say, well, that don't apply to me. Christ came and died for me, so I don't have to worry about that. All I got to do is go get a great cleanser or go to a dermatologist, and I'm going to be fine. Side note, just to let you know, there was things in your Torah portion that talked about how you would get bumps on your forehead and raise white spots. Those are called acne spots, okay? Right? So acne is a form of zazarat in a sense, okay? It could spread, it does spread. Your acne can spread from one place to the next just by you touching it. As a skincare professional, I'll tell you, if you, what they call pop a zit in the pus or whatever, the uncleanness comes out of that, it pours off into your skin. Your skin has these cells. So if you got an infection, and I just want to put it here, every square inch of your, just say this right here is a square inch, okay? There's a 1 square inch. 1 square inch, okay? Every square inch of your skin, just say this is it right here. You have an infection, a zit or something going on right here, right? What's going to happen is if you do anything to it, it erupts, it's going to spill off into this one, and this one, okay? You have thousands and what they would call pores. You have thousands of pores in where your hair comes out of. But if you touch one of these, it can spread to this and it can spread and it can just keep proliferating. It can keep going, okay? Every square inch, you can look it up. You have thousands of pores, thousands of hairs. You can't even count the number of the hairs that you got on your head. That's how perfect it is, okay? But your skin, if it gets infected, it can spread. And that's the part about what the Most High was talking about in his Torah portion. What he's talking about is that this eruption or this uncleanness can spread. This is the reason why he's asking for isolation, right? So again, your skin is a reflection of what's going on the inside, right? And with some of the things that are going on the inside, you will find only through when it comes out of your skin, okay? So the Most High is using your skin to tell you, he's using your skin to communicate, he's using your skin to talk to them, okay? And he's using our skin right now to tell us what it is, right? You get a rash or whatever. So what does the skin mean? That's a good question. The skin in Hebrew is called or, okay? Not the or that has to do with light. There's a word called or, which has to do with light. In the beginning, the Most High said, let there be or. That's the or. Here's another or. Okay? There's another or. So what's the difference between that or and this or? So you got Hebrew words that sound exactly alike, but they're spelled differently. This one has a ayin and this has an aleph. Okay? It's called see the man. That's what your skin is, to see the man, see a man. And that could be a woman too, because a man consists of both male and female. So in this word right here, or, I want to teach you something. It's not just talking to you. I want to teach you. In this word right here, let's scratch this out because that's just a vowel point, right? You got these 2 letters right here. When you look across over at this word over here called see, and then this is just, put in there, a man. Which letter would I use for see and which letter would I use for man out of these 2 letters?
Ayin is for the see.
Yes.
Resh is for the man.
Thank you. So the resh is for the man. Why the resh? The resh is the head. of a man. That's what resh means, the head of a man. So when you talk about the skin, you're talking about see a man. When you say or, you're saying see a man. So when you look at a person, you're seeing a man. You're seeing the presentation of who they are. That's why a lot of people have a problem with what they look like, because they don't like what they see. Okay. Because people look at you. I know a lot of people that I served as an esthetician. I would see people who had skin problems and they were ashamed of the way that they looked. They were humiliated by these raised red spots or this acne or this pus and, this blood coming out and all this kind of stuff. They were very ashamed of what they look like. And I resurrected some people in there. I resurrected people's faces. I brought them back. I made people look like movie stars after I was finished. I'm not bragging. I would, because I took it very seriously, because I knew that it was a contamination and I wanted to get it out of their face for them. And I did that. Okay. But the only way I was able to do that was through skin cycles. I know how to master the cycles of the skin to get the skin to do what I want to. It's a very delicate situation, because when you're going through a problem with your skin gets inflamed and it becomes hot. And that's what a lot of the Zazarat is about inflammation. And that's what causes pus and disease. It causes inflammation. So there's an inflammation that's going on with the skin. But the skin, as a Hebraic understanding, is to see a man. So when you see this person, this individual, you're going to be looking directly at that person. Yes. So we're talking, yes, we are. Praise Yah. Yes, Lucas, we are. Okay. All right. So here's a word that you find in your Torah portion about a mark or something that's on your skin, a strike on your skin, Okay. It's a mark. It's called a nega. That's what it is. It's a nega. Okay. And this is where you get your word in your derogatory term, N-I-G-G-A. Same word. This is why they call you what they call you. And this is the reason why our people should not use this term. This is why they say it's offensive, because Hebraically it means to be a mark and it means a strike. It means somebody hit you. How you were beaten, how your ancestors were beaten. They were receiving marks when they were being striked. That's why they call them the nega. Okay. So that's something that you find Hebraically inside of the scriptures. It comes from a Hebrew word called naga. And naga means to reach or to touch. So to reach out. So when Yah would give these people, he would say, listen, the hanegas, the ones that I'm reaching out to, I'm the one I'm touching you. I'm the one who's going to, because nega and naga go together. Naga is the root, to reach out and to touch. I'm going to reach out and touch you because I'm going to strike you. I'm going to give you a blow. And you're the hanega. Okay. And I'm going to put a mark on you. I'm going to put a strike on you. I'm going to put a scar on you. I'm going to put it on you. You're about to get beat. Okay. That's what it is. So when Yah does this, he's reaching out and he's touching. The Most High is touching you. Okay. So interesting, right? So what are the characteristics of the nega? What's the characteristics of the mark? Okay. The mark here is what the nega does. It spreads. It can either spread or it can fade. The Most High is concerned. Okay. So what happens is when the Most High gets angry at a person, right, for some of the things that they've done, right? So for example, we have Miriam. Miriam was Moshe's sister. Her and Aharon were talking crazy about Moshe. So what did Yah do? Yah struck her. And what he struck her with? He struck her with Zazarat. So he gave her a nega. Then when he put the nega on her, he said, okay, you need to be put outside the camp. Okay. And in other texts, in Hebrew, said he literally said, I spat in her face. He spat in his daughter's face because she was being disrespectful. Okay. So she received the nega. Okay. On other kings, there's a king in chapter number 26 of Second Chronicles called Uzziah. Come on, work for me. Uzziyahu. Uzziyahu was a king that did everything that Yah asked him to do from Yahweh's perspective, and all of a sudden he got filled with pride. So the Most High hit him with a nega. You see? Then you're going to find in your Haftarah where somebody made the Most High angry, and he authorized the prophet to give this person a complete nega, meaning your whole entire skin to spread upon your whole body. Okay, so some of the characteristics is to spread and some are to fade. When something is fading, that means Yah struck you, but then he said, okay, now, I think you've learned your lesson, so I'll let it fade away. But if you don't learn your lesson, I'm going to let it spread, because it's going to spread, right? Because the things that you're doing, because remember, the outside is a reflection on the inside. So whatever's on the outside, if it's spreading on the outside, where it's visible, it's because it's spreading on the inside. It makes sense, right? So one part, like I told you about the 1 square inch of the skin, one part gets infected, this one gets infected, this, and then all of a sudden, all of it starts going. And then what the Most High is saying, something has to what? Has to cause it to what? Stop. I need you to stop it, right? And the only way that it can stop is by you doing something. Yah's the one to strike. He said, but I want it to stop. Because if it doesn't stop and I don't isolate you, it's not going to stop. It's actually going to spread. So if you're gossiping or you're angry or you talking crazy or you slandering or all the things that we're going to talk about in a second, and you keep spreading this, I'm going to cause it to spread all over you. And then you're going to be further and further and further away from your healing. You see? So that's what the nega is. It can either spread or it can fade. Okay? There's another characteristic I want to tell you about. Your Torah portion is the nega, also the mark or the strike, can also be raised or it can be deep. By it being raised, it's using a word that has to do with, forgive me for that, that's the wrong color, and it went all the way wrong. The nega can either be raised or it can be deep. This mark can go raised or it can go deep. Raised is it exalts. So if it exalts, then you know something about pride. Okay. If it doesn't raise and is not swollen, because that's what the raised is swollen, there's something about pride that's involved. You have to look at that. If this mark is deep beneath the skin, then I'm telling you that it's something that's deeper that's going on inside of you. So are the two ways. So when I give you the nega, I'm talking to you through your skin. Oh, praise be to the mighty Yah. I'll tell you what it is. Okay? Just like if a person doesn't drink enough water or have enough fruits and vegetables, their skin starts getting blotchy, or they start losing the moisture to their skin. It's a science behind it. It's huge. I don't got the numbers about, I know it's $1 billion industry. I do know that. Okay. It says everyone who has Zazarah swords is to wear torn clothes and unbound hair and cover his upper lip and cry, unclean, unclean, Tommy, Tommy. As long as he has sores, he will be unclean. Since he is unclean, he must live in isolation. He must live outside the camp. Why? Because Yah lives among them. Okay. Why tear the clothes? Well, the clothes represent the covering. Okay. So if your clothes are torn, right? Because clothes have to do with this word called beged. Okay. Hebrew beged means to be either faithful or unfaithful. There's always a positive and there's always a negative. Being unfaithful means to be treacherous. I'm going to be treacherous with you. I'm not dealing faithfully with you. I'm lying. I'm deceiving. So this clothing has to do with deceit. That's the reason why the women, the Adam and Kuah, Adam and Eve, they made themselves clothes because they were trying to hide their deceit of what they've done. That means they have broken faith with Yah. You break faith with Yah, you're unfaithful. If you're unfaithful to Yah, Yah says, I'm going to strike you. And I'm going to give you the zazarat. I'm going to put the negas on you. And then when I put the negas on you, what you're going to do is you're going to try to hide it by putting clothes over it, like your eczema or your psoriasis. You're going to try to cover it. You're going to be embarrassed. So you're going to try to take some medication to hide it. And you're going to try to cover it. So what you're doing is I want you to make sure that everybody knows that not only is your clothes torn, but your body is torn. You have openings in your body. So I want that to reflect on the outside. See, so when you cover something, you're covering the inside so nobody can see it on the outside. That's our nature. Our nature is to hide. Our nature is to deceive. Our nature is perverted. Our nature is twisted. Our nature, according to what David said, his mama got hot and that's what happened. So he said, that's the reason why I did what I did. But yet, even if that's the case, you still want truth on the inward part. You still want that to be made sure. So the clothes have to be torn because the clothes represents the body. You're covering your body, but it also means that you've been unfaithful. You don't get to hide among a congregation. You don't get to hide your faults in front of the congregation. I'm going to make it clear, and I want you to proclaim, like our word for our book called Wayikra, that means, and he called. Yah's telling you what I want you to do. I want you to call. I need you to cry out, Tommy, Tommy. And I want it to be seen. So you got to walk around with clothes that are torn, and you have to cover your lips, and you got to cry unclean, unclean. Why do I want you to cover your upper lip? Because that's what you used to talk about people. You know, you were crying out about other stuff. You're swearing against other people. You were slandering. I want your hair not to be nice and styled up, nice fade or none of that. You're going to have to unbound that. Why? Because you've been unfaithful. And guess what? You're going to go live in isolation. You're not going to live among the people. Because I have to make a distinction between that which is clean and unclean. And at this moment, you're going to have to say,